E aí galera, aqui é o Khajiits e este é o Raditando. Hoje vamos continuar com o vídeo de storyline de Elsweyr, norte de Elsweyr. Estamos no terceiro vídeo. Mas antes de continuar, não deixe de curtir e compartilhar o vídeo. Então vamos lá, logo após a vinheta. No vídeo anterior, iríamos falar com a rainha Euraxia. Então, vamos lá.
Here come Queen Euraxia's guests now.
I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow.
Você é um dos necromantes da Euraxia?
I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confidant, Sir Cadwell the Betrayer.
Essa é a cabeça de Cadwell?
Ah, yes. The Betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the dark knight that once walked these lands. I exhumed his remains and reanimated him. Well, his head, it was all I could find.
Por que você desenterrou a cabeça de Cadwell?
My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one.
Your insults won't hasten the process, betrayer.
But there's a terrible draft in what used to be my nether regions.
Presenting Abner Tharn, Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, half-brother, your arrival, it's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen...
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
You heard her. Good luck.
My sources indicated that my half-brother's associate was somewhat taller. Oh well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with members of the losing side?
Nós viemos avisá-la. Os dragões consideram você um fantoche e planejam traí-la.
A warning? How thoughtful. You do know that I defeated the Khajiit army and took control of the Rimmon throne? I am no one's puppet, I assure you. But why do you suppose I have anything to do with dragons?
Não há necessidade de jogar comigo. Munanir admitiu sua aliança quando falamos.
Sweet talk? From an associate of my half-brother? I'm flattered. Shall we retire to the dungeons? We'll engage in the most interesting activities, you and I. You'll positively beg for mercy right up until the end, and then I'll give you to Foom.
Você não é boba, rainha Euraxia. Você sabe que Munanir irá destruí-la uma vez que tenha cumprido seu propósito.
Do not attempt to sway me with your silver tongue. Mulamnir and I have a special relationship, an understanding. The dragons will secure my hold over Elsweyr, and there's nothing you or my pathetic half-brother can do to stop them.
Pense nisso, você está fazendo exatamente o que o Mjolnir quer que você faça.
Enough! Zumog Fum, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Adaptorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given. Now, half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I think not. Well, I suppose that could have gone better.
Onde estamos e como chegamos aqui?
I prepared for Euraxia's probable betrayal. Unfortunately, my teleport spell wasn't quite able to penetrate the palace wards, so we wound up down here, in the palace sewer.
Você ouviu o que o Eraxia disse a Zumog-Fon?
We heard two things of note. First, Euraxian forces have invaded the Desert Wind Adaptorium for some insidious purpose. And second, my vile half-sister ordered an attack on Riverhold.
Precisamos avisar Garesh-Hi.
One thing at a time, my companion, one thing at a time. I need to recover my strength after teleporting us into this skeever hole. I'll need your help to get out of here. Then we can deal with both Desert Wind and Riverhold.
Tudo bem, fique perto.
Like rats in the sea, just as the Queen anticipated.
The way out, finally. I can't abide another moment in this stench. Well, that's an experience I won't be adding to my memoirs. We'll separate here. Make it harder for Euraxia's lackeys to follow us.
Falhamos, a discussão foi desastre.
Now. Things actually turned out better than I expected. We know that Euraxia wants something from the Desert Wind Adaptorium, and we know she's about to launch a counter-strike against Riverhold.
Não há como estar em dois lugares ao mesmo tempo.
That's not exactly true. If my power wasn't depleted, well, let's not digress. I'll go to Riverhold and warn Garesh-Ri. We'll make sure the city is ready for the attack. Meanwhile, you find out what's happening at the Desert Wind Adaptorium.
O que é o Adaptorium do Vento do Deserto e onde posso encontrá-lo?
Adaptoriums serve the same function as monasteries in other parts of Tamriel. Desert Wind and its adepts follow the order of Jean Kaj. It's west of here, on the northern lip of the scar. Look for a side entrance if the main door is blocked.
Tudo bem, vou ao Adaptorium dos Ventos do Deserto.
Seal the gates. Let no Euraxian enter this holy place.
Invaders! This one will not allow you to enter this holy place. You! Zamorak cannot believe that you have joined the usurper queen.
Eu trabalho com Garesh-Ri e ouvi sobre o ataque Adaptório e vim ajudar.
The speaker of the main sent you? This one expected we were on our own, What with the dragons and the battles to the north. Zamorak came down here to seal this path, but now he thinks the Euraxians seek the Grand Adept.
Por que os soldados de Euraxion queriam o grande adepto?
Desert Wind holds many Khajiit secrets, and the keeper of those secrets is the Grand Adept. If you truly want to help, follow Zamorak to the Grand Adept's chambers. Nine Winds, no! Get to the door! Go! Save the Grand Adept! Go! This one will find another way inside.
You are too late. The Grand Adept revealed all before I killed him. You will fall like wheat before a blade. Take my soul.
Zumokfon, o que está acontecendo com você?
Zumokfum! This is the necromancer's doing. Even in death, I continue to serve.
Por que Zumokfon faria isso com você?
He called it a blessing. Said it would protect me. Damn it! He claimed my soul. Please, you must help me. Release me from this curse.
Diga-me por que veio aqui e tentarei libertar você.
We came for an ancient secret, protected by the Grand Adept. She put up a good fight, I'll give her that. Zumokfum seeks the location of the betrayer's body parts. I learned where the dismembered corpse was hidden. Now, please, help me.
Muito bem, vou libertar você.
You are wrong. The secret belongs to me. What the battle mage knew in life, she whispers to me in death. Soon Riverhold will fall, and the betrayer will be restored.
Let the fourth wind open the way. Grand Adept! No! Zamorak has failed. This one was too slow. Again. What has happened here? Who killed the Grand Adept?
Uma das magas de batalhas da Euraxia. Eu a matei, mas já era tarde demais para salvar a grande adepta.
Zamorak thanks you for avenging the Grand Adept. But why did they attack this peaceful adeptorium? Why kill a harmless old student of the Desert Winds?
É como você suspeitava, eles procuravam um dos grandes segredos do grande adepto. Infelizmente eles conseguiram.
The Usurper Queen made a mistake when she had the Grand Adept killed. Whatever they came to find had an unintended consequence. It has roused the students of the Desert Winds. Zamorak pledges the adepts to Gareshri's cause. Euraxia will fall.
Então leve os adeptos para Riverhold. É aí que Euraxia planeja atacar em seguida.
We are not many, but we are strong. The adepts of the Desert Wind will aid the city. Zamorak will see you there, after he makes sure the Grand Adept receives the proper blessings.
Well,
I informed Garesh-Ri and Chimera about what happened in Rimmon. They're mobilizing our remaining forces even as we speak. Now, tell me, what did you learn at the Desert Wind Adeptorium?
Euraxianos foram enviados para obter informações para Zumokfon. Ele quer recuperar o corpo do traidor.
I often wondered who Cadwell was before he became a soul shriven. I know the tales of the betrayer, but I never equated the two. The Cadwell we know is so not that. We'll deal with Zumog Foom after we save Riverhold. Anything else to report?
Os adeptos sobreviventes do vento do deserto estão vindo para ajudar a defender a cidade.
Well, that's a bit of welcome news. Many of the adepts have remarkable martial skills that we could surely make use of. Speaking of which, are you ready to help defend the city?
O que você precisa?
For now, recover your strength and prepare yourself. Euraxia's forces will arrive soon, and we'll need you ready for the battle to come. And here, take this. Garesh-Ri keeps handing me pouches, but I have little use for Khajiit gold. Multiple Cadwells, necromancers, dragons, and now Euraxian soldiers marching on Riverhold. This day just keeps getting better and better. Regardless, there's much to do and not a lot of time to do it.
Pelo menos eu consegui voltar antes que os soldados de Euraxia iniciassem o ataque.
Yes, but Garesh-Ri's scouts report that they're on their way. Our parley seems to have aroused Euraxia's anger. What remains of Elsweyr's militia has taken up positions around town, but I fear they are too few in number. They need your help.
O que você precisa que eu faça?
Garesh-Ri has placed the defense of the city in Chimera's hands. She moves the Desert Wind adepts, every volunteer she could muster, and what remains of the militia like pieces on a game board. Report to her, and she'll give you your orders.
Vou me reportar a Chimera.
Find Chimera outside and see what she requires. Euraxian soldiers will soon reach Riverhold. When that happens, all oblivion will break loose.
Lembre-me, o que está acontecendo aqui mesmo?
You must have taken a more serious beating than I thought at Desert Wind. Oh, very well. After I inadvertently had some small part in releasing the dragons from the halls of Colossus, I came to Elsweyr to find a way to rectify the situation.
E você me enviou para ajudá-lo contra os dragões.
So your memory isn't totally addled? Yes. But we discovered that the Khajiit had more to deal with than just the dragons. My half-sister, Euraxia, the usurper queen of Rimmon, has aligned with the great beasts and necromancers to conquer Elsweyr.
Mais alguma coisa que eu preciso saber?
Just that Cadwell, the gallant knight of Cold Harbor, seems to be involved. Well, his physical remains, anyway. Zumog Foom seeks Cadwell the Betrayer's severed body parts in order to restore the evil knight. To what end? I have no idea.
Conte-me sobre Cadwell, o traidor.
According to Khajiit legend, Cadwell the Betrayer was one of the heroes who helped Kunzar-Ri imprison the dragons in the halls of Colossus. Euraxia employs the necromancer Zumog Foom and his cadre of dark mages. He reanimated Cadwell's head.
I sent Chimera out to coordinate the city's defenses while Tharn and I continue to refine our strategy. Can we hold this city, or should we fall back? I hope the battle mage can pull a miracle out of his ear, but we cannot count on that.
Por que você colocou Chimera no comando das defesas da cidade?
Chimera knows Riverhold and its people well. Her training has prepared her for this. She is more than capable of organizing our defenses and converting our strategies into actionable tactics. She is very good at getting things done.
Você realmente acha que Euraxia vai atacar a cidade?
When Euraxia first conquered our home, she occupied the entire upper tier of northern Elsweyr, from Riverhold to Rimmon. It took many years and much blood to retake the northwest and confine her to Rimmon. I have no doubt she will attack.
Você pode realmente aguentar as forças de Euraxia?
It won't be easy. But our strategy is sound and Kamira excels at executing tactics. Between Captain Nalado's remaining warriors and the Desert Wind adepts you brought, we should have the forces we need. Provided Euraxia does not send a dragon.
Vou encontrar Kamira.
We need your cart to help barricade the city, Grishka. The main will compensate you for any damage. I knew nothing good would come of Abner Tharn's efforts to make peace with the usurper queen. Now she turns her attention to Riverhold. We must protect the city, no matter what Euraxia throws at us.
Tarn disse para relatar a você minhas ordens.
So many have answered the call. Zamorak and the Desert Wind adepts, the people of Riverhold. Even that strange Cadwell. And now you, Fiveclaw. Excellent! I have things that need to be done, but not enough hands to do them. If you are willing.
Diga-me o que você precisa que eu faça.
The outlying farms are vulnerable to attack. We need to get the farmers inside the walls before Euraxia's forces arrive. Go to Greenleaf Farm and convince Zazie to move her family. After that, I will send word as to what I need you to do next.
Wait, Walker. Zamorak will accompany you. This one would go with you to the Greenleaf Farm. The farmers there were kind when Zamorak passed that way on his return. He would help you convince them to find safety inside the town.
Você está voltando de onde exatamente, Zamorak?
Exile. Circumstances forced Zamorak to leave the land he loves. This one never imagined returning to Elsweyr, but here he is. Zamorak will help, though he prefers to utilize his healing skills over his martial abilities.
Eu vi que você pode fazer. Podemos precisar de sua força antes de tudo isso acabe.
Zamorak understands, but that may be easier said than done. The last time this one used his martial skills, well, things did not go well. We can discuss. The fastest way to reach the farm is through the gate in the western wall.
Get out! Who are you to burst into our home without permission? Wait, this one recognizes the brawny adept standing behind you. What do you want with Zazie and her family?
Zamorak e eu vemos a Vizela. Os Euraxianos estão prestes a atacar. Você precisa se retirar para a cidade.
The Euraxians are already here. They seem to be searching for something. Though so far, they have left us alone. But this one's mate and brother, Kinaro and Hirsch, they are still in the fields. And we will not run while our family remains separated.
Podemos procurar por Kinaro e Hirsch.
You would do that? Thank you, Walker. Kinaro would try to hide, but my brother, Hirsch, can be hot-headed, and he hates the Euraxians. A lethal combination when faced with Euraxian steel. Please, hurry.
Procure ficar em segurança enquanto encontramos seus familiares desaparecidos.
This one's son plans to join the militia. Zazie would rather keep him safe, but children never appreciate the advice of their elders, yes?
Você mencionou que seu cônjuge gosta de se esconder. Alguma ideia de onde eu deveria procurar por ele?
A few small caves lie to the west, in the hills. We use them for storage as they stay cool and dark even on the hottest days.
I should be the one to search for father and uncle, not these outsiders.
Hey! You'll do no such thing!
Go away! Haven't you done enough?
Eu não sou um dos soldados da Euráxia. Tazi me enviou para te encontrar.
Zazie, is she safe? Thank John and Jode. Dark moons, what a disaster. The soldiers appeared and chased us out of the fields. Then they started digging. Hirsch threw a rock. They responded with an arrow. Now my mate's brother is dead.
Alguma ideia do que os soldados estão procurando?
I heard one of the soldiers mention body parts. Such gruesome work. But no one is buried in our fields, at least as far as I know. Oh, Walker, I have no idea how Zazie will react to the news of Hirsch's death. Dark moons indeed.
Comece pelo principal. Regresse à sua fazenda e reúna com sua família. Então se refugie na cidade.
This one will say the words to guide Hirsch to the sands behind the stars.
Thank you, Adept. I'll go and break the sad news to Zazie. We all grieve for Hirsch, Miniza.
This one's brother now walks the endless sands behind the stars. Zazie's sorrow is only eclipsed by the hatred she feels towards the Araxians.
Você pode se levantar mais tarde. Agora você tem que levar sua família e entrar na cidade.
This one's brother would want us to stay here and defend our farm. Zazie would be a poor sister and a poorer matriarch of this family if she tucked her tail between her legs and slunk away.
Forças euraxianas estão do lado de fora. Todos vocês vão morrer aqui, assim como seu irmão.
But, damn you, Walker! We can't even spare a moment to take care of Hirsch's remains? No. The living are more important than the dead. We will go into the city. However, if this one gets killed anyway, she promises to haunt you.
Zamorak prometeu cuidar de Hirsch. Tenha cuidado e fique em segurança.
Ah, Five Claw. Good. I have another task for you. I hoped to catch you before you were done here. I need you to head west. Nalado's scouts identified a number of Euraxian supply camps set up near the mountains. I want you to help Nalado and her soldiers disrupt the Euraxian supply lines.
Tudo certo. O que você precisa?
These western camps support the soldiers that encircle the city. Find the camps, startle their horses, and set fire to their wagons. Nalado's soldiers will grab whatever supplies they can, but your goal is to inflict mayhem and destruction.
Desordem e destruição. Eu posso fazer isso.
Once you scare off the horses and set fire to the wagons, that will be the signal for Nalado's soldiers to grab the supplies. And if any of the Euraxians complain, feel free to deal with them however you see fit.
Eu acho que os soldados também estão procurando as partes do corpo que Zumogfon procura.
Zumogfum! He wants to resurrect the betrayer from the ancient tales of Kunzari. Ever since Abner Tharn made the Moonsingers recall those legends, we have been haunted by them. But that is the next problem. First, we must protect Riverhold.
Eu vou cuidar desses campos de experimentos.
Do some damage, Five Claw.
sleek and lively. Grab what you can. If those dungheads had proper tails, what we did to their supply camps would put a kink in them. One more small task, Five Claw, if you are willing. This one would have you help the strange one, named Cadwell.
O que Cadwell faz que requer minha ajuda?
Cadwell was adamant about helping our cause. He's been tinkering with bits and scraps, claims he's made traps to slow down the Iraxians. If you would, help the strange one set his traps where the Iraxians are sure to spring them.
Onde posso encontrar Cadwell?
Cadwell works along the main road that heads south out of Riverhold. Make sure he doesn't blow himself to bits, yes? Now, Nalado must return to the city before the Iraxians arrive in force. This one wants to be there when the battle truly begins.
Eu vou ajudar o Cadwell. E esse foi o terceiro vídeo do storyline do norte de Elsweyr. Espero que vocês estejam gostando do vídeo e não se esqueçam de curtir e compartilhar. Espero vocês no próximo vídeo e na continuação dessa história. Até lá!